Hey guys, welcome to Jen's Lemonade Life. Just a little video on what I have found to be the 5 worst LipSense sins. We're talking about sins. Okay, we're not going to talk about the sins on my false eyelashes because we're just going to pretend that they're... It's my second time ever trying, okay? Let's talk about these lips. You see that? You see that little... No, I mean... waterline is gonna come off. It does that. It's gonna last the least amount because your saliva is meant to break things down. That's actually part of your digestive process. But it should be wearing evenly. You shouldn't have no, this looks bad. Let me zoom in because you want to see my lips. Okay, see what I'm saying? That is so not pretty. Boy. So instead of having to walk around the store like this, let's talk about how to avoid this. And I'll be completely honest, when I wore it today, when I put it on, I said, this is not going to last. This is not good. And boy, was I right. I could actually insert the video clip because I was doing a timed beauty video, and so I was in a rush and didn't do things properly like I know I should. Oh gosh. Way too thick, way too thick. Oh, hot ass, hot ass. That's right. My number one sin, I would say probably the worst thing that I, and probably a lot of people do, is they put it on too thick. Too thick. And you really just have to take that time, scrape off the wand, especially some colors are more temperamental than others, but you just gotta scrape it off and barely moisten your lips, to be honest, because you're doing 3 layers and you have to remember to build the full opacity, to build the full protection that'll last you all day, you need thin layers and 3 of them. So you're gonna take, especially that first layer, and just do the thinnest little bit, barely moist. You might not hardly see it at all on your lips, but that's okay. That's why there's 3 layers. So just remember, thin, 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 thin. And that was the number one sin going on here. Second sin, making sure your lips are prepared. You need to clean these puppies, okay? At the bare minimum, some warm water and a washcloth. What I prefer is witch hazel. It's a natural astringent, gets it clean, gets that extra makeup when you put on your little color correcting tinted moisturizer or foundation, or those Cheetos you ate 3 hours ago and you don't see them, so naturally they're not there, but they're there. They're there. A little bit of residue, especially if there's any oil on there. So wipe them clean, let them dry 100%, okay? And I'm not just talking about dry. One thing that I know I need to do better so that it stays on my waterline better on every day. Usually I don't look this bad. This was a fail day. But you know, it is gonna wear on your waterline because saliva is meant to break food down. But what you can do is your waterline, well, there's water, there's saliva there. So if you just take a little washcloth, towel, give it a good dry before you apply, it's gonna last longer and not fade so fast there in the middle. Third sin is not letting things dry between layers. You really need to be able to have them set up so that they're ready to take on the next layer and be properly adhered to the layer before, whether that's to your skin or to the next layer of LipSense. And if you don't let it dry, you're gonna have streakiness very badly, and it's just not going to set properly. So you're much more likely to flake off later in the day and have problems with long wear and possibly even chunks coming off. That's really appealing, chunks. Don't do chunks. And that also goes for waiting until you put on your gloss. If your gloss wand has color on it, you are not letting it dry enough. Some colors require more time. And also the thicker you put it on, the longer it takes to dry. So nice thin layers, going back to that first one, and then make sure it is fully dry before you put on the gloss. Because if you're not only getting color on your wand, you don't want that in your gloss, but also that means you're mixing gloss in with the LipSense. That's messing with the chemistry, and it's not gonna bond like it should. Fourth sin is dryness, dry lips. People that complain about stinging on their lips have dry lips. I'm sure there's some people that just are really sensitive to the ingredients, but for the most part, they got dry lips. So if you have dry lips, what I recommend, put on a little bit of our balm, even just 10 minutes, half an hour before you're going to apply. You still need to, at the end, you know, use your witch hazel, clean it off properly, but it just soaks in so fast, helps repair things, moisturize things. Make sure to gloss regularly. If you're not giving your lips moisture, any sort of long-lasting lipstick, whether it's LipSense or other brands, because trust me, I've tried the other brands, or even just liquid lipsticks, they can tend to dry you. That's kind of the price you pay. So make sure to gloss regularly. When you're not wearing the actual LipSense, the balm is wonderful, but it's not like chapstick where you need it all the time. Like just a little bit, tiny bit goes a long way. And I love our lip volumizer because it helps when I go to bed. Not only give you volume, but it keeps you nice and well and moisturized. Of course, you cannot replace #1 ingredient for all of your skin, including the lippage. Drinking water, staying hydrated is very important so you age well and so your lips are happy. And also, you know, so you don't get the little like crusties. Trust me, those are not fun when you're putting on our stuff. Ugh. It's gross, and then you feel it all day, and then you bite at it, and then you're missing a piece of your lipstick. Anyway, gross, TMI, let's be honest. I know that happens. That happens. Last but not least is what you do with your lips after you have the goodness on. If you are a lip biter, it's gonna wear off faster. That's just something. That's probably not the best habit, not as bad as maybe biting your nails, but try not to do that. One thing that I'm particularly bad at, I don't know why, but I would say like 8, 9 out of 10 times, I put on my LipSense before I brush my teeth, which is pretty good about standing up to brushing your teeth. But it depends, I think, also on the ingredients. I've noticed that if I'm like, I'm in a hurry, I'm not gonna brush my teeth, but I'm just gonna use like some Scope, just some mouthwash. And when you go to spit it out, right, that really breaks it down. You should really do that before you get on your lipstick. Is it gonna be the worst thing in the world? Probably not, but again, if you were gonna take that time to put on your lipstick properly so that it stays all day, take the time to do it right. And I know a lot of people that have not worn lipstick and kind of more low maintenance, as I normally consider myself. Of course, this is the girl who has kind of a full face and false eyelashes today. Not my normal. But you don't want to think, okay, we've got to clean, and then we've got to dry, and then we've got to let it dry between layers, then we've got to gloss, and then, right? So I know that can seem like a bit of a regimen that you have to keep track of. But the thing is, you get out of it what you put into it. So if you are going to have long lasting all day, you got to put in just a few steps that could become very routine, that are very easy, just to make sure it's done properly. And last, as an honorable mention, I would say make sure to use the Oops LipSense remover. I strayed in my early days, my early cheap days, with using Neutrogena clear bars, which work wonders if you're in a hurry, or when I'm removing my little hand swatches because it's been like 3 days and they're looking a little raggedy. I'll use the little Neutrogena clear bar because it removes LipSense fast. But what I also realized is that it dries your lips out. The remover, if you use it properly, which I'll link down below to the video that I have about how to remove it, a big key thing, give it a little bit of time. It moisturizes your lips while it removes your LipSense. And yeah, anyway, that's all explained in the video. So thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions, other tips, other sins that people might be committing that maybe I missed. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be beautiful inside and out. And don't let this travesty happen to your lips. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bye.